ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Doodles, and today is the day we got official confirmation of Pokemon Gen 8 in the form of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Now, Pokemon Direct has literally just happened a few minutes before the filming of this video, and they officially revealed all the news that we have been waiting to see in regards to Gen 8. Obviously, we expected Gen 8 to be coming this year. They did say a main series Pokemon game was coming out in 2019, and this 100% confirms it. And the news that we got was very reassuring. Now, I'm actually a big fan of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I think they're fantastic games, despite the fact they are a little bit dumbed down compared to previous Pokemon titles. But being the sort of first proper Pokemon game on a home console, it was kind of understandable that they were using that to bring new players into the market. But with Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, that does not seem to be the case at all. This seems like it's going to be a fully fledged Pokemon game that we are all used to. Now, we didn't see a great deal of information in the trailer. We sort of got a little hint about what the game was going to be like, but there was no indication that there was going to be no sort of battling mechanics with wild Pokemon. It seemed like it was going to be a lot more like a traditional Pokemon game. Now, whether they use the motion features like they do in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee to catch the Pokemon, I don't know. That would actually be really cool to keep utilising that feature, obviously, especially with the fact that Pokemon Go was a big catalyst to getting people to playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, especially when it came to new players. I actually quite like that mechanic, although it's not perfect, especially when using the Joy-Cons. It can be a little bit hit and miss, but I can imagine that sort of feature will still feature in the game. I could be wrong though, but just my opinion, I think there's every chance it could do, and I kind of hope it does as well. Now, I really do hope that wild battles do take place, and from what we saw, the little bit of information that we got, I would go ahead and say that wild battles are going to take place in Gen 8. Pretty much when it came to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, wild battles were a thing, but it was the exact same game, just wild battles were in. I think that would have really been the icing on the cake, and I'm so glad that it's very likely going to make a return in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Now, speaking of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, there's actually one thing about the trailer which really caught my attention. That was the art style of the game. The game looked a lot more like Pokemon Sun and Moon as opposed to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Whereas Pokemon Sun and Moon, I don't know how to describe it, but almost like that 2D cartoony effect on the characters, whereas Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, they seem a lot more rounded, a bit more what you'd expect on a console. I was kind of surprised, but also kind of pleased that Shield and Sword and Shield rather, are going with the Gen 7 sort of art style as opposed to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee art style. Although it would have been cool to see, it kind of does differentiate both sort of different game series apart from each other, and it kind of keeps in line with what we've been seeing of the evolution of the main series of Pokemon games. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I would like to see the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee art style. I think that is actually a really cool art style. It looks fantastic, but in a way, I'm kind of glad that they've gone with the Gen 7 one to sort of keep it the same across the board and sort of have that as the art style for the main series and have the Let's Go one as a different art style for any future Let's Go games that may be coming out, because we all know that they will be. Now, obviously, two of the most important things about a Pokemon game is where is it going to be set and what Pokemon are going to be in the game. And I've got to say that what we saw in the Nintendo Direct was actually really, really awesome. The game takes place in the Galar region, which looks really, really cool. There's going to be footage on screen throughout this video where you guys can see what it's like. If memory serves me correct, obviously I've just watched the footage, but I don't have the exact quotes. It sounds like humans and Pokemon have basically worked together to create this region, create all the industries, and basically everything that goes on is all co-done by Pokemon and humans, which is really, really cool. So rather than it being like Pokemon are almost like pets or like slaves of the masters, and they do the bidding, they do the battling of the Pokemon trainers, it seems like in this region they all work side by side and sort of have an equal standing, and they're all as important as each other, and basically humans aren't better than Pokemon and Pokemon aren't better than humans. So that's really, really cool to see. It'd be really interesting to see how this story plays out. Obviously, we're going to get the mainstay bad guys like your Team Rocket and stuff like that. We're going to get the team, whatever it's going to be in Gen 8. Obviously, we didn't see anything like that with this Nintendo Direct, but obviously this is the first official showing of it. Over time, over the coming months, especially E3, we'll probably see a lot more stuff about this game, and man, I'm so excited about it. Moving on to the Pokemon though, of course we get the typical grass, fire and water starter, and at first when I looked at them I was like, but then the sort of more I looked at them and I thought, yeah, these are actually pretty good. Like, obviously the starter Pokemon are pretty much the most important Pokemon in the game. They're the ones we're going to be spending a lot of time with and seeing. And when I saw them, I initially did think that they look a little bit uninspired. Like, there's only so much you can do. There's like only so many Pokemon you can create before it starts getting a little bit boring. And when I saw the images at first, I was a bit like that. I was like, they don't look that great, but then there's sort of more that I looked at them a bit more and I was like, no, you know what, they actually look pretty cool. I'm not going to lie, they do look pretty damn cool. Now the first Pokemon is the grass type Pokemon Grookey, which is probably going to be the Pokemon that I choose, because since Gen 1 I've generally always chosen the grass type Pokemon. Bulbasaur is my favourite Pokemon of all time. It has been since Pokemon Red and Blue back in the 1990s, and pretty much that tradition has always carried on throughout the rest of the games. I always go for the grass type, so I imagine with this one I'm probably going to be doing the same as well. Now the fire Pokemon is called Scorbunny, and to tell you the truth, I think this one is probably the best looking of the three, and I think this one's probably got the most potential as having the most awesome looking fully evolved version. But obviously I go for grass. It's tradition that I go for the grass type Pokemon, so I will be going for Grookey. But Scorbunny, in my opinion, out of the three that I've seen so far, it's definitely my favourite, I think. Now last up we have the water type Pokemon Sobble, and he looks pretty cool himself. I've got to say, I do actually really like the look of it. I like the expression on his face and that little teaser image that we got. It'd be really cool to sort of see more about them in sort of future Nintendo Directs and future trailers, which I imagine we will. But yeah, just from seeing the initial three, I think Scorbunny probably looks the best in my opinion, definitely has the most potential, but I think out of tradition's sake, I'm going to be going for the grass type Pokemon Grookey, because that's always what I do. So yeah, I'm really liking these starters. At first I was a bit like, but now, no, I think they're going to be really, really cool, and I cannot wait to see them in more action throughout the coming weeks and months as we get closer to the release of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. And now, on that note, when does it actually release? Well, they say late 2019. If tradition is anything to go by, it would likely be the middle of November. I think they're normally some point around the 18th, 21st. I think they're sort of around that sort of second to third week of November. So I would expect it probably around then as well. Obviously right now there's no official confirmation about when it's going to be. But yeah, I'd expect it probably around the sort of back end of November. And now I've told you what Pokemon I will be starting the game with, but which game will I be getting? Well, chances are I'll probably get both of them, but if I only get one of them, it will be Pokemon Sword. Because I've also got a little tradition going on that I always get the first game out of the two. So with Red and Blue, I get Red. Gold and Silver, I actually got Silver there because I got the Japanese version before it came out in the West. But X and Y, I got X. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, got Pikachu. Sun and Moon, I got Sun. You get the point. You know what I'm trying to say. So obviously I go for the first one in the series. So I'll be getting Pokemon Sword and using Grookey on my first playthrough. But overall, I've got to say the game looks fantastic from that little small bit of footage that we did get to see in the Pokemon Direct. I really like the fact that they've gone for the Gen 7 art style as opposed to the Let's Go one. I would like to see the Let's Go art style continued, but I think it'd be good to differentiate the two series from each other. The starter Pokemon looks absolutely fantastic. Like I said, I was a little bit hit and miss at first, but as time went on, I started to fall in love with them. The region looks absolutely fantastic. The story is really cool with the fact that the Pokemon and the humans sort of coexist and built up this place on their own, and they sort of work together rather than for each other. So that's super cool as well. Obviously this game will be landing probably November 2019. I'm so excited for it. I'm going to be keeping my eye on news and that as it gets closer to the release. I'll be covering it on the channel because I'm so hyped with this game. I remember getting Pokemon Red and Blue back in like 98 when it came out in the UK. And I didn't know what Pokemon was, never saw the TV show, never saw anything about it. There was literally nothing really about in the UK at the time related to Pokemon until the games came out, and I got it, just went and got it. I heard something about it, thought it was really cool. I think I saw it in a magazine or something, and I was like, I need that. I went and got it, and I absolutely fell in love. I remember sat playing with my Game Boy Pocket, which was the old black and white one that used AAA batteries under my lamp in my bedroom, playing Pokemon Red for hours and hours, draining batteries down, changing batteries, draining them down again. I ended up getting a battery pack literally just for Pokemon Red because I was wasting that many batteries playing the game. But yeah, I've been playing Pokemon for 20 years now, and I cannot wait to continue the journey with Generation 8, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield later this year. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Did you watch the Direct? Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Which Pokemon will you be starting out with? Which game will you be buying? I'd love to know your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this video today, you want me to do more stuff like this on the channel, maybe want me to cover the release of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, the development of it, talk about all the news and stuff like that, make sure you give this video a big fat thumbs up. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe with notifications on, click subscribe button, click the notification bell and click all. That way you'll never miss out when a video goes live on the channel, including the coverage of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. My name is Doodles, I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.